What's going on, y'all? Look, in this video I want to talk about why being fit and self-aware makes dating hit differently. I'm 42 years old. I've been on these dating apps for like the past probably like 3.5 years now, maybe about 3.5, 4 years or so. And I'm not a guy who's like on dates every night or anything like that, but I do like to look at it as I casually date. And I've been hearing a lot, you see it on the internet, the dating market is cooked, or dating is cooked in general, and you see a lot of this. And I think about how, like, when you work out and take care of yourself, and when you take care of your mental as well, like for me personally, man, like I look at it like dating is fun. Like girls even ask me that on dates. So how's the dating app been for you? How's Hinge been going for you? And I ask girls that as well too. Like, what's it been like for you? They always got some miserable story, or how men are just whatever. But as far as me, man, I feel like it's all about your perspective. It's all about your approach to it and what you're actually trying to get out of it. And if you know what you're trying to get out of dating, I think it makes dating a bit more fun. I look at dating as like, yo, we're being a couple of grown kids trying to have some fun. You know what I mean? That's how I go into it. But I also go into it where I'm honest. I tell women, and I put it on the profile, like I'm not looking for a long-term relationship right out the gate. You know, to me, my own personal stuff. I got a lot of stuff going on in my life too, where being in a relationship, that's a commitment. And I got a lot of things that I'm dealing with, and a lot of things that I pour my time and energy into. So I look at it like, if you know that about yourself, if you know you got a lot of stuff going on, you got to be able to kind of like go into dating and have a sense of knowing of yourself. Okay, know where you are. And honestly, getting in the gym, sharpening your mindset as well too, those two things, man, will help you kind of understand who you are, man. They'll teach you like what you want to allow in your life and what you want to keep out of your life. Like as far as women who maybe work out, women who don't work out, women who eat like crap. Like the more you get to know yourself, the more that you'll be able to be like, you'll start to see like, okay, that doesn't work for me. And it is a learning curve. I'm 42 and I'm still kind of learning myself. And what I want to say about learning now at 42, I have like a little short story for you too. Not even a story, but just kind of a realization. I was thinking about how this is the first time in my life where I've been dating and I've been awake. Okay? So I was really thinking about this, and it's like, what I mean by being awake is like being aware, being more conscious of the women I put myself in front of, or the environments that I'm putting myself in front of, right? Because at a time when I used to like drink, for example, because you got to think, in my life, I was in a relationship for about 7.5 years, right? That was a big chunk there where I got my two youngest children from. But before that, where I used to drink, used to be out partying, I wasn't really out here trying to like court women. Sorry for the air quotes constantly, but I was like trying to have a good time. I might stumble into something. It wasn't very like intentional. It wasn't very conscious. I wasn't awake. I was just going through the motions, having fun. You know what I mean? And for the first time in my life now, I'm approaching it where I'm more awake. I'm more aware. I know more of who I am. Not to say that I'm still not learning and peeling back layers every day, but you know, dating is more fun now because I know who I am and because I'm awake. So I'm more present with women. I'm more in the moment. I know how to carry conversations and not let expectations like, oh, it needs to go this way, not be so outcome dependent. It needs to happen this way, because when you start doing that, man, that just ruins your time. It takes the fun out of it. Like I need to sleep with her tonight, or I need to be liked. I need to, like, you got a checklist, a mental checklist of stuff that you're trying to check off. And I feel like that's what makes dating so bad for people. You got to be able to shift your perspective, go into it and have fun, and just get to know somebody. And that's another aspect I was thinking about too. Like when I was younger and stuff, like I was really just trying to like have a good time. And it was like, I didn't really care as much about who was in front of me, like their energy, who this person is. Of course, you don't want to be around some serial killer or be around some crazy behind person, but when you're drinking and there's other things that are playing into like your decision making, the environment you're in, it can cloud your judgment and you don't see clearly, right? And that's another thing. People are out here dating, talking about the dating market is cooked, like this and that, like especially if you're out drinking and partying. You might not see people clearly. You might not even see yourself clearly. So you put yourself in different environments that may not be authentic, may not be true. And it takes time for that to show itself to you. And then you might be like, damn, I wasted time. Why did I do this? So you got to be more mindful of like, are you going into these things clear-headed? What's your perspective like? What's your mindset like when you're going into this? Because for me, at 42, being on a dating app, I'm having a good time. You know, I'm also not so attached to like the women, like, oh God, it needs to go this way. Let me send this. Like, once you start doing it more, you have more fun with it, man. Because you're also working on other things in your life too. Like, I work on my YouTube channel. You know what I mean? I'm a dad too. You know, I have other things going on so that I'm not totally consumed by just dating and women. And again, this video is not particularly about, well, yeah, it is, because I put it in the title. It is about dating, but it's more about when you're fit and when you're self-aware, how dating hits differently. Because when you get in the gym, you develop a better relationship with yourself, and it almost creates like a cushion for you when you're out with women, when you're out in social settings. It's like this cushion you have where it's like you can kind of be yourself a little bit more. You can mess up on something you said, you can trip over your words, but if you're fit, you know yourself, you know you're confident, you know what you do, that tripping and stumbling over your words doesn't really matter so much. If you're a guy who doesn't work out, right, kind of weak, kind of emotionally weak and feeble, when he trips over his words, it might have so much more of an impact because he ain't got that cushion. He don't got that, like, that confidence within himself where he can like mess up and it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's something about when you have like a physical presence about yourself, a strong energetic presence about yourself, you can mess up. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, and you build that by going to the gym. You build that strength by getting in the gym. And it's a confidence is what it really is. It's like I keep saying, like, it's like a knowing of yourself. And when you have that, it carries with you into everyday aspects of your life, like dating, like interacting with women. So when you're around them, it's almost like, I've been here before, you know? I've done this before. Like, so that's what I am trying to say about when you're fit and you're self-aware, dating hits differently, you know? But there are some elements that go into it where, yo, you gotta like be clear with yourself, man. If you're going into it and you're not clear-headed, you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know yourself, it's going to be a tough grind out here. You're going to keep running into the wrong people. You're going to keep... And also, too, if you're just going off like attraction, too, you know, when you're on the dating apps, man, kind of read what they're saying a little bit. You know, I fall into it, too, where you're just kind of enamored by the physical, right? But you got to have some awareness. You got to be like, okay, what is this girl even saying? Oh, damn, we ain't got nothing in common. Like, yeah, she cute, but you got to be... I can still X that, or I can still swipe the other way. You got to build that ability within you too, so that you're not just falling for any pretty face, you know, because you're going to set yourself up for failure then too. All right. So like I said, everything has a learning curve to it, man. But that learning curve can come smoother and be a little bit easier when you take care of yourself, when you get in the gym, when you're lifting some weights, when you're challenging yourself, making yourself uncomfortable. So when you get in those socially uncomfortable, awkward situations, like I said, you got something to fall back on. You have an energetic cushion because you've gone to the gym and you've taxed yourself and you've built it. It's like a bubble around you in a way. That's the best way I can really describe it, y'all. Leave me some comments if y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, this level of confidence that you carry with yourself, not just from having muscles, but from building your energetic presence up. All right, leave me some comments. Let me know if that makes sense, if that resonates with you, okay? Yo, I don't want to talk your head off in this video. I just had this thought come to me, and I just want to make a quick one. If you got any value out of this video, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Also, make sure you check out this video right here on the screen. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this one too. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace.